teacher.
A basketball layup is predominantly classed as a gross, closed, serial skill with fine motor and open skill components. In the initial stages of a basketball layup, the use of large musculature is required, for example in the dribbling and jumping phase, thereby classifying a layup as a gross motor skill. However, despite this, fine motor control is needed to accurately place the ball on the backboard. A basketball layup is a serial skill as it is composed of various skill movements that link together. For the purpose of this assessment, a basketball layup will be classified as a closed skill as it will be self-paced. However, it would be classed as an open skill if it were present in a game situation. There are 5 main key components of a layup that should be addressed before learning this skill. The first one is grip. As the overhand layup is the first layup taught to a novice, we will be concentrating on a push-release grip. A push-release grip, as shown in the image, involves the back of your dominant hand facing you with your non-dominant hand on the outside of the ball acting as support. This grip allows for the easy release of the ball when having to lay the ball in the basket from both sides of the court. The next important component is footwork. As you approach the basket, take half a step with your outside foot. In this case, the layup is being performed on the right side, therefore, the outside foot is the right foot. Following this, take a full stride with your inside foot pushing off the court. Again, as this is being performed on the right side, the inside foot is the left foot. Jump towards the basket, ensuring that your outside knee is bent. Building on footwork, the importance of ball release timing is crucial. As you raise your right hand, your right knee should also elevate. Pretend there is a string attaching your right hand and knee. Reverse this form if shooting on the left side. Adding to the importance of ball release timing is aim. It is important to always use the backboard, especially if you are a novice learner when shooting layups from either side of the court. Aim for the top corner of the square. Make sure you concentrate on this area and not the ball. Remember to always keep your head up. Speed is a combination of physical strength and coordination. When approaching the basket at pace, it is important to have soft hands when releasing the ball off the backboard. If you fail to do so, the ball will bounce straight back off the backboard and fail to result in a basket. A 4-week training program has been established for a novice to become successful in the skill of performing a basketball layup. As a layup is a highly complex and lowly organised skill, all discrete movement skills need to be performed together to ensure success of the skill as a whole. However, for a novice, they will often feel overwhelmed and challenged learning a layup in its entirety. Therefore, in our 4-week program devised for a novice, it is recommended the skill be part practice for the first 2.5 weeks and practice as a whole for the remaining week and a half. Week 1 of the program devised for the novice learner focuses on ball control and aim. It consists of 3 sessions, with 2 focusing on dribbling and the other on aim and shooting. By the end of this week, the novice should feel confident and practiced in the skill of dribbling and understand the importance of aim when performing a layup. According to the Fitz and Posner stages of learning model, the novice will fall into the cognitive stage as they are just gaining the basic movement requirements involved in ball control of a layup. The program for Week 2 has been designed for the novice with progression in mind. The primary focus of Week 2 involves aim, coordination and timing of ball release. By the end of the week, the novice should be able to complete a shot by laying the ball off the backboard. In order to help the novice achieve this, it is essential that demonstration of the skill is used. Ideally, the novice learner should be making a transition from the cognitive to associative stage, but this will be assessed through the use of a transfer test at the end of the week. A basketball free throw has been incorporated as a transfer test to see if the influence of having previously practiced aim and shooting from close range has transferred to a greater distance. The learner should be given 5 attempts and performance outcome measures used to assess the success and failure of each shot. The training program in Week 3 is aimed at building on coordination and timing of ball release from the previous week. It involves 3 sessions, 2 of which involve 3 steps towards the basket, incorporating a dribble and a shot. As it is still part practice, the skill should be modelled to the learner. By the end of the week, the novice should be able to practice a basketball layup in its entirety from a walking start. As a result, the learner should be in the associative stage of Fitz and Posner's stages of learning model. The training program in Week 4 consists of 2 sessions. one of which involves performing a basketball layup from a running start, and the other involves a bilateral transfer test. According to Fit and Posner's stages of learning model, the learner should be moving from the associative to the autonomous stage, if not having already reached the autonomous stage. A bilateral transfer test has been incorporated on the last day of this training program to see if transfer of learning has occurred between the left and right limbs. The learner should be given 5 attempts with performance outcome measures again used to assess the success and failure of each shot. Often when learning a new skill, a novice can become overwhelmed by the verbal instructions given. Therefore, verbal cues are used. Verbal cues are short, concise phrases used to focus the learner's attention and prompt key movement components of the skill. For example, right, left, up, release. Verbal cues do not only come from the instructor, but can also come from the learner. Along with verbal cues, feedback should be used. Augmented feedback is the primary feedback method used in our skills training program. It refers to external feedback and is characterised by knowledge of performance and knowledge of results. Knowledge of performance gives information about the movement characteristics that lead to a performance outcome. In our program, knowledge of performance should be delivered frequently at the start of the training program and slowly decrease throughout the 4 weeks. Knowledge of results gives information about the outcome of performing a skill. This type of feedback should be incorporated and delivered to the learner upon completion of the 2 transfer tests. To avoid boredom and maintain the intention of the learner, a variety of skills and drills have been incorporated into our 4-week program. After following our 4-week training program, we 100% guarantee you'll be able to perform a basketball layup like an expert. Good luck.